Welcome everyone onto our team call tonight. This is kind of a special call. We get to hear a lot of fun stories tonight, and I'm so excited that we have a few great people to share their story with us. First off, I want our newbies, I want everyone, I guess. There's not too many of us to share what their favorite childhood injury was.
Favorite injury?
Favorite childhood injury. So, if anyone has one, raise your hand. I'm trying to think. I should have thought of mine before. Okay, go ahead.
So I got bit by a coyote.
You got bit by a coyote?
By a coyote?
Oh, wow.
Coyote?
Oh my gosh.
So that was just my favorite because not that many people have had that happen.
Yeah. Wow.
Did you bite it?
Try to one up each other. Well, I did this, but that one's pretty good. All right, Heather, I saw you raise your hand.
There was this one time that my best friend was spotting me on a back handspring.
Oh no.
I don't know what happened, but my face hit her knee, and yeah, that was a good one.
I was that best friend, just for those watching. All right, let's have one more person share really quick.
I ruptured my spleen snowboarding somehow.
You broke your spleen snowboarding?
I ruptured it.
Wow. That's kind of scary.
Yeah. I don't know if that was really my favorite, but it's the craziest one.
Yeah. Holy cow. Oh, cool. Okay. Thanks for sharing. We learned a little bit more about each other this time. Okay, so I just wanted to, I have a few people on this call who have done our program that have just amazing stories. And so maybe I'll share my coach story on the wall later, or my just story on the wall later, because I don't want to take any time away from these three. So maybe we'll have Val go first. Val, do you want to share your quick story with us on how your health journey? Just your health journey.
So I have an autoimmune disease called ulcerative colitis. And when I went on the program a year ago, actually a little over a year ago, I was taking six pills a day to control the symptoms of the ulcerative colitis. It's a disease I will have all my life. So at the time I was taking these pills to control the symptoms. And so I went on the 5-in-1 I was eating Medifast meals for 5 and 1 lean and green. And so I didn't realize it at the time, or didn't really pay attention, but that I was nearly grain free with that. And so I did notice after being on the program that I didn't need the capsules any longer to control my symptoms. And that as long as I stayed grain free, I did not seem to have symptoms any longer. So I took myself off of the medicine. I was also on a statin medicine, and that was because I had very high triglycerides. And so I thought, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if my triglycerides are great now that I've been eating right. So I took myself off of the statin too. And so about 2 months I was on maintenance. And about 4 months after I had left the statin, and about 5 months that I'd been off the other the drugs for the ulcerative colitis, I went to my physical, and my doctor couldn't believe it that all my blood work was fabulous without the statins. And he was nervous that I'd taken myself off of the ulcerative colitis medicine as well. So he sent me to my gastroenterologist. And so I had another colonoscopy done just last week. And I'm clear as a whistle, no ulcers and no polyps. And he also asked me to come back in 3 months after that and have a follow-up blood work to see whether or not my great blood work was a fluke or something. And this was, again, 3 months further on in maintenance. And so I'm happy to report my blood work was as good as ever and even a little better.
Woo!
That was on maintenance, not on the 100%, not the 5 and 1 anymore.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. And just so everyone knows, Jessica is Val's daughter. And so it's just really neat how, I don't know.
The other thing that I thought was wonderful about that is both of those were medications I had been told I would need to be on the rest of my life.
That is so awesome, Val.
Yeah, I'm totally thrilled.
Yeah.
So I will put the caveat that I have continued to be mostly grain-free. I try to just steer clear. I just haven't even tried to say, well, maybe I could take rice and not this, or maybe I could do that. I just figure, this works. Stick with it.
And your focus is like long-term. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so Chase and Chase, do you want to share your story really quick? Val, that was
Sure.
great. Thank you.
Okay, so just a few months ago, I was at work and I passed out at work. And I went to the ER. They did what was happening. I spent a few days out of work, and they put me right back in. They released me. So I went back to work, and it happened again. And my doctor would not release me to go back to work. Now, I've been heavy my whole life, and we've known for a while what Trish has been doing with her program. And so we knew that we could go to her, and we had a couple things that we needed to overcome first. But by rethinking our situation, we were able to figure out a way for me to go onto the program. We thought it was a good idea, so we talked to my doctor, and my doctor actually said that he was going to suggest we do the program. And so we knew then that we really wanted to move forward with it. And so Heather became my health coach. And we as a team have been working the program, and the program has been working for us. Almost at 30 pounds lost. And it's not been difficult, really. It's been something that has been to follow and easy to stick with because of how it's set up. So,
Chase, just a second. It's cutting in and out for you. Can you say again how much weight you lost, and go through that again?
Sure. We've been on the program now for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks tomorrow, and we've lost about 30 pounds. I know that's not a usual number, but being as heavy as I am, it was quite a good thing. So 30 pounds lost and still going. Got a long ways to go, but I'm in it for the long run. So
Yay! You're doing so good. That's awesome. And you were saying that you're getting healthier and you haven't had as many episodes or any episodes? Not that it...
Since we started, I've had a few tests, like a stress test. I passed out after the stress test. I had a tilt table test. I passed out during that, but they wanted to see what would happen. Other than that, I've had really no problems. And I want to say that it's because of the healthy habits, relieving a lot of stress, and just getting a lot more healthy. So it's got to be the reason. There's nothing else that's changed.
Yeah. Well, this is so exciting. You're on your way and you're doing so good, and it seems like it's making a really good difference.
I have the best support.
Yay. Okay. Thanks, you two, for sharing. Serena, you're up next, and then I have a fun little exercise for us. So go ahead, Serena. What's your story?
My turn.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank them for sharing their story. It's pretty inspiring and motivating to hear stories like that.
Yeah.
So my story is when I started the program, my health was in pretty bad shape. I had high blood pressure, high blood sugar. I had kidney and liver problems, and in fact, I was about a month away from having to have a liver biopsy. And I knew I needed to do something about it. And the program has, no joke, saved my life. It has saved my life. All of those issues have resolved itself. I no longer have high blood pressure, no longer am pre-diabetic, no longer have kidney problems or liver problems, and I'm feeling really great. But on top of all of that, which is, I think, is probably the most important, is that I'm really feeling great about myself and about my life and having the energy to chase my kids around. And I think that is probably the biggest gift out of the whole thing that I've received.
Yeah.
That's
cool. You guys are awesome. Wow.
So I'm 45 pounds down, so that's pretty exciting.
You guys are amazing. I love that I get to hear this a lot, and each one's different, but each one is like so powerful because it's you guys in your life. So thanks. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing that. Any comments or anything you guys want to add really quick, or questions before I do my last little exercise?
We love you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
so,
to the team.
huh?
Thanks to the team for being so inspiring.
Yeah, our team is awesome. Everything is awesome. Okay, so I just wanted to end. I always do a fun little exercise at the end. This is something I learned in a personal training class I took. One thing you want to do when you're stretching or doing exercises is to protect your back. So a lot of people, when you're doing exercises, you kind of round your back to pick things up, and that's something you don't want to do. So so when you're stretching, sometimes we roll our back a little bit to stretch a little bit further. You want to avoid that. You want to protect that back. That can hurt it. So when you're going down and bending, keep that same arch. So bend forward, keeping that arch, not rolling. So if you guys want to stand up and practice that really quick, practice bending over to touch your toes and keeping that arch. You can hold that hand there while you go and just feel that. So when you bend down, use your legs. And then put that butt out there.
I'm not very flexible.
So that's just my little tip. Like 80% of people have back pain, or have experienced that at some point. So you want to really protect your back, because otherwise you end up with problems, and sometimes you don't. My husband had back surgery and we don't know what happened, but you want to protect your back. It's a major part of your functioning. So All right. Thank you guys for hopping on. This call was amazing. I'm recording it, so you guys can hop on later if you didn't get enough of it already. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening and a good weekend. So, all right.